Namaskar, my dear friends. So let us see a CAN transceiver, which is very popular from microchip technology. The device name will be MCP2551. Okay. So it has two packages. One is SOIC8 and one is PDIP package. Okay. That is through hole package. It is also having 8 pin. So first we will see MCP2551, which is right now not recommended for new design. However, this is very like popular device and it has been used for around 20 years. And the other devices will be MCP2561FD, that is flexible CAN, and one is ATA6560. Okay, so we'll concentrate on MCP2551. As you can see from the product page of the microcontroller, uh, microchip technology, you can see this is high speed CAN transceiver. However, it is not recommended for new design, and alternate packages are ATA6550, as well as you can see here MCP 2561FD, as well as MCP 2544FD. Okay. Good. So let us see some of the features first. So it supports up to 1 Mbps operation. It is having ISO 11898 standard physical layer requirement, and it is suitable for your 12-volt application as well as 24 4-volt application systems. Okay. It is externally controlled slope for reduced RFI emission. Okay, so if you want to have low RFI emissions, then it has a better externally controlled slope. Okay, that is through RS pin that I'll show you during the design phase. Then it has detection of ground fault on TXD input, power on reset, and voltage brown out protection is also there. So similar to that, some other features are also there which are very useful to it. Okay, you can see it has protection against high voltage transients. It has automatic thermal shutdown protection. It is up to 112 nodes can be connected, so up to 112 CAN transceivers you can connect in these lines. Okay, now it has a temperature range of industrial temperature range, which is -40 to 85 degrees centigrade, and it has extended temperature range, which is -40 to 125 degrees centigrade. All right. Now, if you see the package type, so package type, as I mentioned already, that it is of two packages. One is PDIP package and one is SOIC package. And you can see pin number one, which is TXD, that is transmit data input. Okay. Then VSS, which is your ground pin, and then VDD, which is your power supply pin. That we will be giving it the required voltage, which will be of 5 volt. Then RxD pin, which is receive data output pin. Okay, and then we have pin number 5, which is vref. So v reference is your reference voltage output, which comes to vdd by 2. So whatever the voltage that you have given here vdd, that vdd by 2 will be appearing at the v reference voltage. All right, then this is CAN low level voltage IO, and this is CAN high level voltage IO. Okay, so CAN low and CAN high is pin number 6 and pin number 7, and this is your RS pin, which is actually slope control input pin. Okay, so this will be biased through a resistor, and this is how it will be connected. Let us move to the next one. What we are going to see is, if you see the block diagram, it is very easy. This you can see, this is having TXD, that is transmit data input, and RS pin, that is your slope control pin. This is RxD pin, that is receive data output, and this is your reference voltage. So reference voltage is generated internally, which is equivalent to VDD by 2. Similar to that, we have power supply pin, which is VDD, and this is your CAN high and CAN low outputs, IO pins, which is your CAN transceivers data lines. Okay, and this is your ground pin. Next is we have absolute maximum rating. So you can see for this particular IC MCP2551, we have the absolute maximum rating up to 7 volt VDD capability. Then DC voltage on TXD, RxD, V reference, and VS is minus zero point 0.3 volt to VDD plus zero point 0.3 volt, and then CAN high and CAN low can take up to minus 42 to plus 42 volt. Okay, you can see we have transient voltage on pin number 6 and 7. Pin number 6 and 7 are basically nothing but CAN high and CAN low. So they can take transient voltage up to minus 250 volt to plus 250 volt. And it has a storage temperature of minus 55 degree centigrade to 150 degree centigrade. And as I told you, operating ambient temperature range is minus 40 to 125 degree centigrade. Okay. Similar to that, other soldering temperature and all other things are given. It has a ESD protection on CAN H and CAN L pins. So you can see ESD protection on CAN high and CAN low pins are up to 6 kilovolt, that is 6 kV, and ESD protection on all other pins are up to 4 kV. So it is having short circuit applied when TXD is high and low, and in accordance with all ISO 7637. If you see note number 2, so note number 2 is having in accordance with ISO 7637, and all other things are also there. Okay. If note number 4, if you see, this is according to the classification A, which is having HBM model, that is human body model. So this is goes to 6 kV as well as 4 kV. Moving to the exact DC characteristics. So if you see DC like a specification, in that DC specification, if you see, the ambient temperature is for industrial, it is minus 40 degree to 85 degree centigrade, and the voltage level will be VDD, which will be 4.5 volt to 5.5 volt. So this is very suitable for your 5 volt application. Okay. Same way, extended temperature range is minus 40 to 125 degree centigrade, which we have already seen, and VDD voltage range is 4.5 to 5.5. So it will be very useful for your 5 volt application. Okay. One very good thing that I want to tell you is this is having VPORH. Okay. So power on reset high. So this is called high level of power on reset comparator, and it must be minimum 3.8 volt, or maximum it should be 4.3 volt. Okay. So this what it says is the CAN high and CAN low outputs will be active when my VDD voltage will be more than this VPOR high. Okay. So V power on reset high, uh, VDD must be more than that. Okay, then only my CAN high and CAN low will be active. All right, it means my VDD must be more than 4.3 volts. That's the reason this VDD you can see is uh, how much it is, 4.5 to 5.5 volt. If my VDD is less than V power on reset low, so there is a little bit of hysteresis. So if it is 3.4 volt, or I mean less than 3.4 volt, then my outputs will not be active. All right. So hysteresis, you can see it is minimum 0.3 volt to maximum 0.8 volt is there. Okay. Coming to the fact of like different application circuits from the data sheet. So you can see in the data sheet they have given a lot of test circuits. Okay. So let me give you directly. This is having TXD pin, which will go to TX of the like microcontroller, and this is RXD pin, so RX of the microcontroller. So CAN TX, CAN TX you connect here, and here you can connect CAN RX of the microcontroller MCU. Okay. Similar to that, similar to that, this V reference pin is actually going to give you a voltage output of VDD by 3, VDD by 2. Okay. So this you can keep a test point of, and this RXD pin is your RX pin that I just now told you. This is ground. This RS pin is your like a standby pin, or you can say the slope control pin. So this R external you can connect 4.7 kilo ohm. Okay. Then this is your CAN high and CAN low, and you can connect a 60 ohm resistance between them, or 120 ohm as well, based on your impedance range. And this is your VDD voltage, that is your 5 volt input. So this is how the test circuit for your electrical characteristic you can test out. Similar to that, what we'll do is we'll first try to understand what is the product identification system, like how you can like order your exact part number. So if you see MCP 2551, so this is having high speed CAN transceiver. Okay. And if you see, we have PD package, so for complete part number is MCP 2551-I/P. So I is industrial temperature range. Okay. And E is extended temperature range. So E the E slash P is your extended temperature range. So whichever temperature range you want to find out, you can take up. If you want to go ahead with your SOIC package, then what you can do, you can go ahead with like example number C, which is MCP 2551 dash I slash SN. Okay. Now let us try to implement this particular IC and find out our own application circuit which we have utilized in our DS-PIC microcontroller. Okay, so DS-PIC 33 microcontroller we have implemented, and in that we have utilized this particular uh, CAN transceiver. So this is our MCP 2551 transceiver, and we have CAN TX, CAN RX going to our MCU, CAN TX and CAN RX pin. Okay, then we have one RS pin which is going to be grounded with 4.7 kilo ohm. So this is going to have a proper slope over control, right? This VSS pin is grounded. Then we have a VDD pin which is going to be 5 volt. So VDD is actually 5 volt level, and it is biased with a zero point 0.1 microfarad capacitor. VREF pin I have, you can keep it open, okay, or you can keep a test point so that you can have a measurement of this particular pin number 5, which will be VDD by 2, that is 2.5 volt. Okay. Next, coming to the pin number 6 and 7. So this is my CAN low and CAN high. You can keep CAN lower also, CAN high upper also, just for the convenience of making this schematic. We have made this like this. So CAN low and CAN high is going to get connected to our D sub 9 connector. So D sub 9 connector, you can see we have uh, net name as CAN 1L and CAN 1H. Okay, so CAN 1L is which is going to pin number 2 of the D sub 9 connector, and CAN 1H is going to the pin number 7 of the D sub 9 connector. Okay, for the simplicity of proper impedance matching, I have given a 120 ohm resistance as well. So if you need the exact part number or and package, you can put down your comments in the comment box, and I shall be able to give you the part numbers of each and every components in this particular MCP 2551 implementation. Okay, now these two RC combination, you can get it, give it like 100 ohm and 500 picofarad, or to the ground through both the lines CAN L and CAN H. Okay, if you want, you can increase this particular capacitance up to 600 picofarad, or let's say 560 picofarad or something like that, based on the working techniques. Okay. So alright guys, this is how we have implemented this particular CAN transceiver MCP 2551. However, we will be seeing in our next sessions with other MCP 2561 FD and 2562 FDs, as well as ATA 5660, 61, 65. So many series have been introduced by Microchip Technology, and Microchip Technology is one of the best company for automotive applications like CAN transceivers, LIN transceivers, and so many other interfaces. All right. So hope you guys have understood the terminology of different pins, and how CAN transceivers can be utilized in our particular application circuits. If you do have still any questions or any queries that you want to find out for your CAN transceivers application scheme application, or if you want to find out how we can utilize it properly in our application circuits, you do let us know, and we will be able to answer you out. Thank you so much.